Hello, everyone. Good to see you all. Jack and Lilly Sullivan vanished without a trace from their home in rural Nova Scotia. And their story that the stepfather is telling is falling apart, one contradiction at a time. 6-year-old Lily Sullivan and 4-year-old Jack Sullivan were last seen May 2nd, 2025. He says he saw them that morning. He says that it was her blanket. We're going to get a little bit into that here in a little bit. Then he said it wasn't. He says the door was silent, and then he claims he heard it open. I've been digging all night and all day. We're going to get all onto it on the other side of this.
Big brain, come along with me. Together with the truth you see. Got our pearls and our laughter too. The search for facts is always new. In this place we keep it real. Classy vibes and joyful zeal. Join the journey, it's just begun. We shine brighter than the sun. Hit the light and share the vibe. Crush those pearls, let's take the ride. Hell is here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Spreading truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the light and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Come in here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the light and share the vibe. Crush those pearls, let's take the ride. Come in here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear.
The pearls were bound together through the storm and darkest weather. We search high, we search low, together everywhere we go. Justin's here and he's going live with the best fans by my side. We're a family, we hold strong. Together we can right the wrong. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars. Searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea. We are one in this community. Daily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars. Searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea. We are one in this community. stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars, searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea, we are one in this community. In the night or in the day, girls will light and lead the way. Justice heart and your support, together we will hold the fort. Lily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care.
Click play and come along with me. Together with the truth you see. Got our pearls and our laughter too. The search for facts is always new. In this place we keep it real. Classy vibes and joyful zeal. Join the journey, it's just begun. We shine brighter than the sun. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comments here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Defending truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. Defending truth is what we do. So hit subscribe.
Thank you,
and join
Esther.
the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comment here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comment here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. And your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is July 6th, 2025. It is currently 9:26 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Bonjour. Bonjour. Okay, y'all. We have a lot to talk about in the Jack and Lilly Sullivan case out of Pictou County, Nova Scotia. They have been missing since May 2nd of this year, 2025, and they are still missing. And it seems like it's an open secret at this point that particularly stepdad Daniel Martell is actively saying a lot of different things, and his timeline is falling apart. I was searching until about 5:30 this morning, digging up old stuff and looking at words and seeing the things that he has said and just digging. And I've been doing that a lot of today as well. So we have a lot to go through, to say the very least. It's Niecy's birthday. Happy birthday, Marie. Happy birthday, my dear. I'll make sure I'll sing happy birthday to you at the end of this. So yeah, we'll get to all of that. Guys, do me a favor before we get started. Please hit that thumbs up button. Would be so grateful if you would. Also, if you will share this live out, I would really, really appreciate that. I've noticed on social media, y'all have been sharing the lives out, and I really do appreciate that very, very much. So I'm going to show you one that she done a video on it, and whoever she is, I love her. I don't know who she is, but she was watching me on her television, and she was pissed. Oh my goodness. Oh, Panda, sorry, honey. Thank you, Carol, for sharing it out. I appreciate you. Thank you, Kelsey. And also hit the thumbs up as well. And if you want to become a member or gift a member, that always helps as well, just like Miss Andrea did right there. Thank you so much, Miss Andrea. Really do appreciate you. You received that. Make sure you thank our dear Andrea. Thank you so much, Andrea. And Esther, justice for Jack and Lilly. Yes, remember that. Thank you, Esther. Appreciate your support very much, my dear. Good to see you. And Miss Melanie, thank you so much, my dear, for gifting that pearl necklace. You received that. Make sure you thank our beautiful Melanie. Thank you for being a member as well, Miss Melanie. Andrea just gifted another one. Thank you, Miss Andrea. Appreciate you, baby. Very kind. You received that. Make sure you thank our dear Andrea very, very much. Oh, that's good, Linda. I'm so glad. I am so, so glad. All right, guys. I don't even know where to start today, to be quite honest with you. There is so much. I'm even overwhelmed. So I don't even know if we'll even get to all of it. I have been going back and listening. There was some, I have found a couple interviews that Daniel has done that I never knew he did. Never knew he did. And I'll show you some of those. Going to go over some of the things that he has stated. Also, on TikTok, Logan, Daniel Martell's I think it's cousin. Yeah, cousin, who she's been, speaking out for Daniel. Her and Malaya's friend Cheryl's the one she was at the beach with, were on TikTok. We're on TikTok. I've got that. If y'all want to hear that as well, it's very interesting. So yeah. Okay, I want to show you a couple things here. Now, these are little montages of Daniel. Okay, little montages of Daniel saying some things here. And I have actually, let me see here one second. There's a couple times. This might not be the one. Let me make sure this might be the one. Nope, I don't think I think it's this one. Yep. Okay, it's this one over here. All right, let's go. Hello, Lucan. Good to see you. All right, here we go. Watch this.
RCMP in the area that I've seen. They were at Lansdowne Lake.
Give me 2 seconds. I probably need to turn it up a little bit.
RCMP in the area.
Listen to this.
That I've seen. They were at
Listen to
RCMP in the area that I've seen. They were at Lansdowne Lake, and they told me that they scoured the lake, divers, and sonnared the lake, and there's no evidence at all. If they were in this area.
So I have not heard that part of the interview right there, which I find very interesting. Neither had I. I hadn't seen this part either. And there's a couple more I'm going to show you. And he's talking about the last time he saw the RCMP that they were at Lansdowne Lake, which is obviously close by his house. So we know that they scoured all of the lakes and stuff around there. Let me see here. I'll try to turn it up some more.
RCMP in the area that I've seen. They were at Lansdowne Lake, and they told me that they scoured the lake, divers, and sonnared the lake, and there's no evidence at all. If they were in this area, would have found them. My family's still searching.
You said they're flying in someone to do a polygraph test. Is that on you?
That's not just on me, but on everyone. That's what I asked for. I asked for that so early on, and there's not many places that do it in Canada, so they're flying somebody in.
Why do you think
He's
you
totally
need
wrong.
to do that? Do you think they don't believe you?
I think their side of the family doesn't believe me, and I just want to clear it up for everyone. Clear it up for everyone, not just the people online making crazy accusations and everything else. I had no idea. I'm still searching every day. I'm waiting for information. I have to let them do a lot of their stuff with the aircrafts and everything else, and dogs. I don't know why they didn't find anything from Jack's pull-up to her backpack or any of her belongings at all. They just haven't found anything. I've done everything. I've given them all my information. I'm here to find the kids. I mean, there's search and rescue workers searchers that have already been injured. They've spent so much resources. I mean, resources doesn't matter at this point, but I mean, everybody's tired. There's some people that I don't think they even went home.
I have never heard any parent say that other than Daniel Martell and Don Wells. Those are the only two that I have ever heard that they've spent so much money, they've spent so much resources. I don't think they're, around here. I don't think we're going to find them. I don't think we're going to find them. What parent says that? People, they have their kids lost 20 years. They never quit. Never quit. This is a few days in. Oh, I don't think we're going to find him. Oh, well. Then no, it doesn't work like that. Doesn't work like that. Sense of soul. Justin, my mom loves listening to you. It's a family affair. I'm going to make her a pearl. Oh, thank you so much, Sense. I appreciate you for for 14 months and tell Mama Sense of Soul hello. And I appreciate her watching as well. It's very kind. Thank you, my dear. It's very sweet. They all should be put in jail. I agree. I agree. Just wait. Just wait.
I'm absolutely exhausted at this point after going through 6 days of virtual hell.
Yeah. He's absolutely exhausted. Did you hear him? Daniel's exhausted from that math binge. Oh, how do you think Jack and Lily are feeling right now, Daniel? How do you think they're feeling? It's not about you. It's not about you. Do you hear the searchers whining? No, they're there to do the job. When did it ever became about you being exhausted? And I know you're watching. I know you are, boo boo. People tell me. Okay. So there's that. Just dancing my way in. Oh, you think you are, ma'am. So, yeah, he's exhausted, y'all. I mean, God, when you come down off the math, brain can't work.
It's absolutely crazy. So I'm just fighting for Lily and Jack.
Oh, you are. You're fighting to get
Breaks
your
my
ass out of
heart.
prison.
Pure exhaustion at this point. I mean, sadness just turns to anger because there's no answers. And I mean, I don't know if we're ever going to get answers.
He doesn't know if we're ever going to get answers. We may never get answers. What'd I tell you? What'd I tell you? We may never get answers. Oh, well. Okay, Sarah. Hey, Angel. Sherry. Hello, everyone. Yeah, I don't know if we'll ever get answers. Unfucking believable, Daniel. Unbelievable. I know, Brandy. I can't wait. I can't wait. I know. A parent says, we're going to find you. Jack, Lily, we're going to find you. We will find you sooner than later. Malaya should be looking in that camera and saying, Mom's coming. She's coming to find you. We're coming to get you. Hang tight, baby. Wherever you are. Can you? I always just try to think of you being the child, and you are, let's say you're abducted somewhere and you're able to watch television, but you can't, can you imagine someone saying your dad, your stepdad, or your mom not looking for you, and your step just says, I don't think we're ever going to get answers, man. Oh, well. Oh, well. Unbelievable. Oh, Daniel, we got some good. Well, I'm telling you, you just wait. This live, you've really messed up, Daniel, with all the talking that you have done. You don't even know if you're coming or going at this point with the things you've said. Oh, thank you, Pamela. Thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you very much, Pamela. Thank you, Miss Pamela. Good to see you, my dear. Thank you for your support. It's terrible.
Bring cadaver dogs. They search for anything they can find. I want as much as they can do. The last few days have been very stressful. I mean, ever since the Friday morning when we noticed that the children were gone. Immediately jumped in the vehicle, surveyed all the areas, many dirt roads, many culverts as I could, and waited for the police to get there.
Did you hear that? We waited for the police to get there. Right? And he says he jumps in the vehicle and then he's gone, and then he waits for the police to get there. He comes back. In other interviews, he says, when we get back, when I get back, the police are already there. Which one is it, Daniel? Which one is it?
Jack just absolutely loves bugs, dinosaurs, anything like that. But Lily loves girly things, but she also loves doing everything with Jack. Bugs, they're like best friends, not just brother and sister. I know they took their boots. That's pink boots for Lily, blue boots for Jack, with dinosaurs on them. Lily had her backpack with white, and it was white.
Also, do you guys remember Daniel talking about the questions they asked him was just to do with, what was it? How did he put it? With the death of Lily and Jack. Do you guys remember that? Put a 1 in the chat if you remember him saying the death of Lily and Jack. That's the only questions. Well, I found somewhere where he said something else. Imagine that. Imagine that. Hey, Irony. Good to see you, babies. Oh, thank you, Joyous. Thank you, Mama. Besides Cody's mom, the true crime community, we are the only one who cares for these kids. I know. I know. That makes me, when I think of that, it just makes me want to cry. It does. It just makes me want to cry. Because every kid needs to feel loved. Every person needs to feel loved, but especially a kid. You know, they need to know that they're loved and that they matter and someone is there to protect them. And Lily and Jack apparently never had that. And there are so many other kids that don't have that either. That don't have that either. Man, thank you for that, honey. I appreciate you, Joyous. I might come to Canada, I'm telling you.
Strawberries on it. I imagine now if they're in the woods, that it'd be probably brown.
Listen
but I
to
don't see
this.
them carrying their backpack. I don't see them keeping a pull-up one for that.
So I'm telling you guys, I'm going to spell it out for you guys tonight in this live. That blanket was planted, in my opinion. Planted. There is no other way around it. Daniel, I'm going to show you what you said. You confirmed. Let me tell you something. Daniel confirmed, and I'm going to show you that it was either Jack or Lily's blanket. I can't remember. Verbatim what he says. Daniel, why would you confirm something like that? Not good, Daniel. Was he what? Was he the one that said a bear got into it? I have no idea. Lily's blanket. Yeah, that's who it was. Lily's. Yes, Lily's blanket. Yeah, we're going to get into it. Thank you, Kelsey. Thank you, my love. I appreciate you very much. Let's help Destiny to feel. Thank you for always being the voice for this. Oh, thank you, Kels, for every story you've covered, for every name. Thank you so much, my dear. Missing Matterns. Oh, thank you, Kelsey. You are just a sweetheart. I love you to pieces. Thank you so much, my love. You're such a good soul. because they found the rest of the blanket in the trash. Why throw that away? Mhm. To me, it's interesting that there is also that they're saying that Lily took her blanket. I find that very interesting. Very interesting. Was it used to hold something, to carry something? I don't know. But let me tell you something. Why would two sick children, think about it, why would two sick children go out into the rainy, cold weather? I'll wait. I'll wait. And not run back toward the house after being out there just a minute or two. They're not going to be able to get through all that
long
mess.
after it got soaked from the very first day. We only found the 2 boot tracks outside of the house.
Whereabouts?
Right beside the house, probably
Listen
10
to
feet
this.
away from the backyard.
In the backyard, okay.
Nothing new, other than the helicopters are still in the air, and they had dogs. They took dogs.
Okay, I'm going to show you that where he says this in just 1 second.
As of last night, they had 8 more drones going up with infrared. I urge the public to come out if you have anything, come out as fast as possible and get it to any detachment or any police service that you have available to get to talk to. As soon as I noticed they weren't there, I immediately jumped right in the vehicle and surveyed all the area, every dirt road, every culvert I could find. Jack just absolutely loves bugs, dinosaurs, anything like that. But Lily loves girly things, but she also loves doing everything with Jack, bugs. They're like best friends, not just brother and sister.
Okay. All right. Look what Daniel says right here in the very beginning. Right here in the very beginning. Daniel, remember, family members took them to this place. Family members took them to their place. Oh, thank you, Esther. Thank you, babies. Appreciate you. One love for Lily and Jack. Merci, Justin. Thank you so much, my dear. Merci. Thank you, Esther. Again, it's very kind of you, my love. Appreciate you. And Jen, thank you so much for 7 months of support. I really do appreciate that, my dear. Thank you, love. Thanks so much. Thank you, Esther and Jen. Appreciate you. All right. Listen to this. Quote, families brought us to a location. They're not far away that there's a piece of blanket which the mother says she believes belongs to her daughter just off the road here. The mother. Let me tell you something, Miss Malaya, Mr. Daniel. If this blanket that you knew was in the trash or on the railing or whatever, you would have told him that. You would have told him that. You would have said, oh, we threw that blanket away a long time ago or whatever. We threw that away, is what you would have said. That's what you would have said. The mother says she believes belongs to her daughter just off the road here, an official said over the radio. Martell confirmed it was a piece of Lily's blanket. Isn't that interesting? That right there shows you both are in it together. Maybe one more than the other, but you both know. It's very interesting that this was like that. Mom confirmed, right? Now, I'm going to play you a recording here in a little bit. So I need you to remember this, because there are family members that have been told, apparently by Daniel or Malaya, that, it was in the trash can. Well, how the hell did it end up down the damn road? How did it end up down the damn road? It just so happens, right? There's other neighbors around there. There's nothing of theirs down the road. Come on now. A blanket and one shoe print, one boot print, one, and Daniel says, quote, child size, end quote, boot print. His words. Isn't it, Daniel? Isn't that interesting? Very interesting. Thank you, Peacemaker, my dear. Appreciate you. How you doing? Good to see you, Peacemaker. Really do appreciate you, my friend. And Angel of Life, thank you so much, my dear. Oh my God, we can't believe, Daniel. It's frustrating. We can't get the truth from people. Lord, please bring truth. Thank you, Justin. Thank you so much, Angel. I appreciate you, my dear, for everything. And you're right. You're right. This is just the thing. We cannot rely on these parents. They cannot be relied upon whatsoever. At all. So what we have to do is do it our own damn self. Just like the RCMP is doing it their own self right now. And I really believe that it's going to be different than in Sebastian and Summer's case. I do believe that they are fitting everything together right now. I really do. Hey, Summers Army. Thank you, babe. Looking better. Yes, JD. Yep. Yep. I believe Major Crimes is working on it. Absolutely. Absolutely. And they were there almost since the beginning, Major Crimes. Martell confirmed it was a piece of Lily's blanket. Quote, there is more evidence than what the public knows, but I can't elaborate on any of that, end quote, said Martell. Really? Really, Daniel? That's interesting. Now, in my opinion, that can only mean two things. One, that the RCMP has asked you and Malaya, what the hell, did you do? Meaning, they've pushed back at you, or you're just putting it out there that that there's a lot more stuff and we're not going to tell you. I mean, it's really that simple at this point. You are such a blatant lies on these children. Why are you lying, Daniel? Liars with children missing, not one child, two, doesn't make you or mom look good at all. At all. He did say it was found on Lansdowne Road near the location of the child-sized boot print that was discovered around the same time by searchers in the area of a pipeline trail just over a kilometer from the children's home. How interesting. Wow. This blanket flew a kilometer, a piece of it flew a kilometer away and out of the entire area that they searched. There's also one child boot print. Does anyone believe that that magically just happened? They are planted. Oh my God. Oh my God. You know something? Yeah, yeah. I mean, I would believe an alien put it there more than I would believe Jack or Lily did that kilometer and there's one boot print and a piece of a torn blanket. I would believe that before I would believe Jack and Lily did that because there's no evidence that they walked off a child in their diaper. Daniel. Thank you, Andrea. Exactly. Enough with the bullshit, Daniel. Enough with the bullshit. Hey, Makima, thank you so much, my dear. Good to see you. The whole family's involved in the shows. Well, they are keeping changing their stories strange. Yes. Yes. And by the way, Miss Junkyard Janie, when are you giving Belinda that timeline? When are you giving her the timeline? We're ready. On delay, sister. Come on. You said you was going to give Belinda that timeline. I didn't think that was ever coming. Didn't think that was ever coming. Did anybody else? They all know. They all know. In my opinion, they all know. I agree. No family should keep changing stories ever. Ever. Lisa B, Daniel lies more than he changes his underwear, in my opinion. Absolutely. Absolutely. He lies more than he burns his hand on his meth pipe. And that's quite a bit. I hear, allegedly, according to his, people that was in the house that day. Just saying. Okay. So get that. Now, I'm going to play for you something very interesting. It is a few minutes long, but it's worth the listen because these are firsthand accounts of what happened Saturday, the day after the kids went missing. And let me tell you something. This had to be
Friday.
This had to be a bigger powwow than what they're telling us. There had to be multiple people involved because I think Logan says she was going at someone. I guess Cheryl or one of them. You'll have to listen to it. You'll have to listen to it. But listen to what they say about Lily's blanket. The story that was given to them. Oh, thank you, Andy. Thank you, hon. Appreciate you. To them. So listen to this.
And where are you from?
It was May 2nd.
Hold on. Let me just turn this up just a little bit more.
And which Friday?
Okay, here we go.
And where are you from?
It was May 2nd.
This was
I
on
live
TikTok.
in Truro. I'm good friends with Malaya. I just wanted to kind of touch on a few things that you said. So we were the ones that actually found the blanket, and as
Oh,
far
really?
as I knew, the blanket was on the railing, not
Listen to this.
to kind of touch on a few things that you said. So we were the ones that actually found the blanket, and as far as I knew, the blanket was on the railing, not in the garbage. And Malaya didn't leave Saturday morning. It was Saturday.
So she says the blanket was on the railing, not on the garbage in her panel call. Got it.
Evening, because an altercation had broken out and Daniel's mother actually tried to attack me. So it was well after supper Saturday when she actually left the premises.
Okay.
Yes.
Is that, sorry, is that?
I didn't know if I muted myself or not. I don't know how these things work. Yeah, so I just wanted to.
Okay, so hold on a minute. Hold on.
Yep.
Logan McKenzie is here.
Yep.
Logan, would you mind coming up in the chat?
Okay, so Logan's Daniel's coming up. Daniel's cousin. Now remember, she's on Daniel's side, if you will, and she's on Malaya's side.
I can drop down for her, Susan.
No, I have lots of room. Okay, I'm going to have Logan come up because I do know Logan very well. Well, not very well personally, but she's been on the live. I absolutely know her.
Charlotte to the office, please. Charlotte to the office.
Absolutely zero offense to you, Cheryl, but I don't know you. But I do know Logan.
Logan that over that weekend. I think I met her.
That's what I said. That's what I said. Logan backs Daniel. That's their cousins.
Saturday, maybe. I can't quite remember exactly who she is, but I do remember meeting her.
Okay, so Logan is going. There we go. Thank you, Logan, for coming up. And let me just say this. I'm gonna just. I need to warn people of this. We have a.
Sorry, I thought I was not on mute. Teresa, I've got to start using that. Pick warrior. I wouldn't believe anything of them that they said unless they're said if their tongues were notarized and sitting on a Bible. Gotta remember that.
142 people in the room.
Funny.
Be aware that we are on the internet. We are, and we've got 143 people in the room. There will be twice that watching who are not in the channel. Anybody can be screened.
Also, they're going to say something about this dog, which I find very interesting.
And it can go on the internet anywhere. So I just want to put it out there and just give.
I mean, see, actually, in this, I mean, there is some hearsay in this. However, Cheryl was there, Logan was there, Daniel was definitely there, Malaya was definitely there, Belinda was definitely there. I mean, we do have a lot of firsthand accounts of what happened Saturday. and even Friday. But the problem is, even the first-hand accounts, many of them, it seems like, are liars. Not all, I'm not saying all of them. Definitely not Belinda.
Warning before you say stuff. Just make sure that what you say is, you know. Hey, Logan, how are you?
Not too bad.
And Logan knows this firsthand, don't you, Logan?
Yes. My name is dragged all over the internet now.
Yeah. Logan was on my live weeks ago and for quite a while. And it was very, very unfortunate. Somebody screen recorded the.
I think it's very easy for family members and friends to get duped by their family members. But let me just tell you something. Don't ever believe anyone that smokes meth. Okay? You hear me? Don't ever.
Entire thing and then splice and dice the entire thing, taking out pieces, not putting in pieces correctly, because Logan actually gave an enormous amount of support to Malaya. And of course that was all removed. So I just want people to be aware that this can happen.
Save time creating content.
That was just it. That we left Saturday evening, not
after the
Saturday
briefing.
morning.
After the briefing on Lansdowne
No,
Station.
it was after the altercation.
You left, but Malaya didn't.
We
Yep.
all left.
Andy just said it. Janie, freaking out, trying to attack, won't let them in the trailer to search for the barking Chihuahua who was completely silent. Who said the dog was silent? Who said the dog wasn't barking? Because everyone else said that dog was barking nonstop.
No.
With her mother. I left. My sister left. My sister-in-law left. We all left at the same time.
Yes, but the altercation was before
Listen.
the briefing, honey.
And then there was one after because your mother was involved in that one.
What'd I tell you? There was 2 altercations. I remember that. There was 2 altercations. I remember. People's like there was 1 altercation. There was 2 altercations that happened. There was 2.
Yes, and that's when we were saying about the car. And then I don't know who came back looking for the cell phone, and we were trying to get Malaya's grandmother to leave the house.
One is a big dog.
Yes. But Malaya left right after the briefing. You guys didn't. Malaya left right from the briefing.
Listen to
5
this.
minutes before us. Yeah.
Yeah, right after the briefing, up at the briefing. She never came back to the house.
No.
You
So
guys
it
did.
wasn't Saturday morning that she had.
No, it was Saturday afternoon after the briefing.
It was Saturday evening. I think around supper time-ish.
Yeah, after the briefing at 4:00.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. And the blanket was in the garbage. The cops even went and found the other half in there.
Listen.
Yeah, as far as I knew, the blanket was on the railing.
And the blanket was in the garbage. The cops even went and found the other half in there.
The blanket was in the garbage, and the cops even found the other half in there. Now, Cheryl said she was told at the beginning of this that the blanket was on the railing. Right? Daniel to Belinda said the dog didn't bark. That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, as far as I knew, the blanket was on the railing.
Yeah, no, the cops came and collected the other piece. After the other piece was grabbed from the trees.
Yes, where we found it.
I'm still trying to place who you are, but
That's okay. There's so many people.
So no, go ahead, Cheryl. Just identify, like, how do you know Malaya? You said you were good friends with Malaya?
Yeah, I don't really want to touch on that kind of stuff.
Now, remember what I just showed you of Daniel saying and Malaya confirming. Families brought us to the location. They're not far away. There's a piece of blanket, which the mother says she believes belongs to the daughter, just off the road here, an official said over the radio. Martell confirmed it was a piece of Lily's blanket. Daniel says, quote, there is more evidence than what the public knows, but I can't elaborate on any of that, end quote, he said. He said it was found on Lansdowne Road near the location of a child-sized boot print that was discovered around the same time by searchers in the area of the Pipeline Trail, just over a kilometer away from the children's home. They wanted them to think that was Lily or Jack. The boot print and this little piece of blanket on a tree or something. Absolutely.
Just respecting her.
Otherwise, they would have said, oh, yeah, that might be there, but we threw that away a long time ago, or we just threw that away. So it's not, we just got it in the trash over there or something. But you see, there's also a boot print there. You can't say, a boot print, shouldn't be there. That's why, in my opinion, it was planted.
Her privacy right now, but I just kind of picked up on a couple of things that you had said, and I wanted to clarify that she most certainly didn't leave Saturday morning. It was Saturday into the evening after the briefing.
Yes, you can feel the tension between these two. There's a cattiness between these two. Yes. You can feel it. Definitely feel it. One print planted. Bingo.
Yeah, Susan probably misspoke because I said that in our
No,
first
that's okay. That's okay.
where we said where she left because I put the baby in the car for her and her mother drove off. But you guys were supposed to come back for Malaya's car and you guys didn't. Nobody took Malaya's car
Listen
and
to
it got
this.
repoed by the what is it? The search and rescue guy got it towed back to wherever Malaya was. So you guys, I thought her sister was her stepsister or whatever was supposed to take the car. That was after the whole altercation because they were trying to get Malaya's grandmother out of the house because she didn't want to leave.
I don't know. That's not really relevant to anything I was talking with Susan about. I'm not touching on the vehicle.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure that you guys knew that Malaya did not come back to the house. She left right from the briefing. You left.
Yes, absolutely. I was.
Yeah, she didn't stay. Malaya didn't even stay for the entire press conference of her children that are missing.
I was with her.
I just want to say, Cheryl, it really seems that you're sharing conflicting information between Logan and you. Like, it sounds like, I don't want to sound rude, but like you're saying false things a little bit. And
like what?
Well, you said about you were like coming in here to correct people about the blanket.
Yes.
And
because it was on the railing. That's what I was told.
But if you were
Whether
there,
it's on the
take it from the
railing
garbage
or
can.
in
I'm
the
just-
garbage,
you-
it doesn't
Hey,
really
hold on,
matter.
hold on. We need people to just speak one at a time so that everybody in the chat can hear.
Sorry, Susan.
No, that's okay. It's just, it gets really confusing for people that are trying to listen to what's going on. So, DJ is making the point, Cheryl, that, and I don't want anybody accusing anyone on the panel of,
I'm not.
yeah. No, I know you aren't, but I'm just gonna.
It's something that I noticed. Sorry to interrupt, but
So, yeah. So she's just simply saying that you had come up on the panel to clarify some things that had been said.
Yeah, it's on radio.
And one of those things was that I had said that the blanket
Absolutely
had been put in the
relevant.
garbage by Daniel, and that I had gotten that from Logan and Mackenzie. Logan is here.
Remember, the kids were only allegedly missing 20 minutes before they discovered that they were missing, right? And there's one boot print and one torn piece of blanket on a tree. Why isn't she driving? They said her car broke down. Did Daniel and Malaya disclose the blankie was in the garbage? Not that I'm aware of. Because Daniel and Malaya, I just read it here in an article, I just showed it. They said that's Lily's blanket. Until the RCMP came out and said it has nothing to do with, them being lost. And then Daniel and them are like, no, it's not theirs. Well, it's theirs, but why is it there? Because the kids didn't put it there a kilometer away. They didn't put the blanket there, and they didn't put this little boot print there either, did they, Daniel? You can say to me, it's not. You can say, like, okay, it might have blown a kilometer away, but there's a child's boot print right beside of it, really close to it. And that didn't happen. One boot print. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they are. They're working hard, I think.
Verifies that. You had said no, the blanket was on the railing. Now you're saying you thought it was on the railing. Is that correct?
No, I was told it was on the railing.
Okay. So are we okay in agreeing that the blanket was put in the garbage?
Yeah, close to the
I really don't
pipeline
know. I don't
window,
think it matters. All I know is the blanket was found in the trees up on the road.
Half of the blanket was correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Piece of
So it
it.
does matter.
I wouldn't even call it half. Just a piece of it.
Okay, so it does matter where the blanket was. Actually, it is a significant piece to the story.
the investigation.
Yeah, the mom too says it all matters. So just Cheryl, I appreciate you being here. I really do. I just want to make
down here in this recording, they're going to talk about what is it? That Daniel and Malaya said they used that blanket to cover up a window. Okay.
make certain that, and it's not just to Cheryl, but if you if you think something like you just said, well, I was told it was on. That's absolutely fine. And that's valid to say. Just make sure that you don't put across something as fact that you don't know as fact, but somebody told you or something that you think. Just make sure you make that clarification so that everybody understands.
Right, yeah. Did I see it on the railing? No.
Hold on. Blanket was in the tree to mark that trail. Are you telling me that Lily's blanket was in the tree to mark the trail? No, I know Rainbow. I know. But I'm asking this Vicky person because we're gonna chat. Vicky and I is that what you're telling me, Vicky? Or are you just confused? No, not a chance. Not a chance. I'm waiting for Vicky. Let me know, Vicky. No, that's what I think. Okay. Well, you're thinking wrong. I'm just telling you. You're thinking wrong. Because let me just show you here. They use orange markers. That's how they do that. And why would they take something a kilometer away of the children's and say to use that? They're looking for evidence. They're not going to put things from the house a kilometer away when they have clear markers that are orange and bright. It's like a tape. Yeah. Families brought us to a location. They're not far away, that there's a piece of blanket which the mother, i.e. Malaya, says she believes belongs to her daughter just off the road here, quote, end quote. An official said over the radio. Martell confirmed it was a piece of Lily's blanket. Daniel says, quote, there is more evidence than what the public knows, but I can't elaborate on any of that, quote, end quote, he said. He said, he did say it was found on Lansdowne Road near the location of a child-sized boot print. So did they just put a boot print there as well? For what? If a kid didn't put a boot print there, one boot print, by the way, one, then it was planted, staged. No other ifs, ands, or buts. The location of the child-size boot print that was discovered around the same time by searchers in the area of the pipeline trail, just over a kilometer from the children's home. Malaya and Daniel, why don't y'all go look over here? Let me just point you into the direction over here, family. Go look. I'll go this way. You go that way so you can pick up that damn blanket. And then the searchers come. Oh, look, there's one boot print. Daniel says child size boot print. Then it's on the porch. Then it's in the trash outside. I'm looking at road and where allegedly here lives and D and M lived. It's close, and Earl really close to the blanket blueprint area. Huh. So, yeah. Daniel and Malaya should have said right there, oh, yeah, we threw out that blanket a while ago. I don't know who Earl is. I didn't know what you, I didn't even know what you, I don't know who Earl is. Maybe it was a typo. But yeah, we threw that blanket out. We threw that blanket out. I think it's rather convenient. That blanket didn't blow a kilometer away into the tree and also a boot print close at all. So the child hoped it would be a, yeah, exactly. That's Daniel's father. Where does he live? It blew, Rainbow said it blew down the street and took a right, then down Lansdowne Road. Right. Right.
Did I see it in the tree? Yes. Did I see it in the garbage? No.
No, but we
See it in the garbage? No.
Listen.
No. Did I?
Everybody understands.
Listen.
Right. Yeah. Did I see it on the railing? No. Did I see it in the tree? Yes. Did I see it in the garbage? No.
I wonder how far up in the tree it was. Like a magic carpet ride, yeah. This little torn blankie. Unbelievable.
no, but we the cops know it was in the garbage.
Yeah.
There's
No,
a
I
whole video
I
about it.
haven't,
But-
asked about
yeah,
it,
exactly.
but yeah. No.
I seen it in the tree too. That's why I knew.
You what?
I said I was there when you found it in the tree. Like I was there 2 seconds after you guys found it.
Yes. Yeah.
Logan, can I
okay.
ask you a
Isn't
question?
that interesting? Family
Was
found
the
it.
whole garbage bag taken with the half of the blanket in the garbage bag that was torn open?
No, see when Daniel found out about the blanket in the tree because he was in the woods before knowing about it, and he found out after Malaya left about it. He went out to the garbage because we all mentioned the blanket. So he went out. He goes, "I put that blanket in the garbage. I'm going to say about a week ago because it was ripped." So him and
Oh, the blanket was ripped. The blanket was ripped. He put it in the garbage a week ago. That's so convenient. Hi, Candace. This is very interesting. Yes.
I forget who else. I think it was his brother. Went out, videoed it all, opening up the garbage and like checking around, and you could see it. So like we called the cops right after that. Like the RCMPs came right out after that.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Did the RCMP not check the trash? I'm asking, did the RC, is that what she means? Let me listen to this again.
The blanket. So he went out. He goes, "I put that
Hold on.
and he found out."
The half of the blanket. Was the whole garbage bag taken with the half of the blanket in the garbage bag that was torn open?
No, see when Daniel found out about the blanket in the tree because he was in the woods before
Daniel found out about the blanket. Daniel found out about the blanket because he was in the woods before. Uh-huh.
knowing about it and found out after Malaya left about it. He went out to the garbage because we all mentioned the blanket. So he went out, he goes, I put that blanket in the garbage, I'm going to say about a week ago because it was ripped. So him.
Daniel said, I put that out into the garbage about a week ago because it was ripped. How does a blanket on the side of that's used for a curtain is it ripping whenever you said Lily didn't even use it? Nobody can get their story straight because they're lying. Well, these people are being lied to, is what it is. They're being lied to. I put the garbage blanket into the garbage. Logan needs to get her story straight.
When Daniel found out about the blanket in the tree, because he was in the woods before knowing about it, and found out after Malaya left about it, he went out to the garbage because we all mentioned the.
Okay. Do we know what day they found this blanket? It was pretty quickly, wasn't it? What day did we find out the blanket and the shoe print? Let me get my timeline. Damn. Let me find my timeline. This is a clusterfuck. If you just tell the truth, Daniel, Malaya, you don't got to worry about anything. Right? You're going to feel much better. I got to pull up my timeline. If anyone knows what day they picked it up, Daniel was the only one who left on an ATV driving around these roads, and then he pretends he didn't know. Correct. But she said she wasn't in the same area 2 seconds when they found it, Justin. But she said she was, she said she was in the area when they found it. No, I understand that. I get that. I totally get that. They were in the area, but she's talking about Daniel said he threw it in the garbage about a week before because it had ripped, and this was after Malaya left because he didn't know about it. And that's what I'm trying to understand here. Let's see here. Drone support, all that. May 3rd. I'm trying to see. Stay out of the woods. Well, it had to be. Hold on. Wait a minute. It had to be the same day that the kids went missing when they found that, right? Because it had to be, because in that dispatch we have, it says, how do they say it? The family brought us here to show us there's a piece of a blanket or something. Yeah, exactly, Rainbow. Yeah, had to be. So she's saying Daniel did not know they found a blanket because he was in the woods.
The blanket. Was the whole garbage bag taken with the half of the blanket in the garbage bag that was torn open?
No, see, when Daniel found out about the blanket in the tree, because he was in the woods before knowing about it, and he found out after Malaya left about it.
Okay. So, okay. Fuck this. Let's make this make sense for a second. Jack and Lily go missing on Friday. Okay. Later that day, they find this blanket and the shoe print. Family members, right? This torn blanket was allegedly thrown away a week prior, i.e., Daniel says it may that he threw it away about a week prior in the trash outside. But Logan is saying Daniel did not find out about the blanket being in the tree until Saturday after Malaya left. I don't believe that. I'm sorry, but Friday night, after things get quieter, at the very least, the people's going to be like, Daniel, how the fuck did you confirm it then? No, I don't believe that. Look at this. I'm going to see when this was. Oh, Daniel, this is not good. Look at this. Families brought us to the location. Martell confirmed it was a piece of Lily's blanket. Not far away, there was a piece of blanket with, and the mother says she believes belongs to the daughter just off the road. An official said on the radio. Martell confirmed that it was a piece of Lily's blanket. There you go. She's saying it was right. He did not know until after Malaya had left. Well, guess what? That ain't true because Malaya stopped talking to everybody when she left on Saturday. She has not spoken to the news since. She spoke to the news perhaps Friday after, but she only spoke Saturday, Friday and Saturday. And Malaya confirmed it right there.
he went out to the garbage because we all about the blanket in the tree because he was in the woods before knowing about it, and he found out after Malaya left about it. He went out to the garbage because we all mentioned the blanket. So he went out, he goes, I put that blanket in the garbage, I'm going to say about a week ago because it was ripped.
Daniel says he put it in the garbage a week ago. Someone did. Someone did. This is dirty. This is dirty, dirty, dirty. Y'all are doing those kids dirty, Daniel.
So him and I forget who else, I think it was his brother, went out, videoed it all, opening up the garbage and like checking around, and you could see it. So like we called the cops right after that. Like the RCMPs came right out after that.
Oh. Oh. So Daniel, you're saying the blanket was ripped, right? The blanket was ripped. Daniel, I know you're watching, and I know you're watching, Daniel. When did you notice the blanket ripped? When did you notice the blanket ripped? And you said you put it in the garbage and you clearly tied up the blanket, or the trash bag, rather. You clearly tied up the trash bag, Daniel. So how did that little tear get a kilometer away, Daniel? Inquiring minds would like to know.
But yeah, it was in the garbage. The RCMPs came out and collected it and all. The bag was still in the.
Now, what I would like to know, why did the RCMP not dig through their trash? That is, Detective 101. Detective 101. Why did they not dig through their trash? They should have taken every piece of trash. I mean, they couldn't take the whole place, but they should have dug through all of that. Yeah, I mean, the piece could have been torn off. The main, he said it was torn, but I find that very, he just didn't take it off a week ago, notice it was torn. And to be quite honest with you, I don't see Daniel giving a wooden nickel about a blanket being torn where they live. I find that also highly convenient. I don't think aesthetics is really Daniel's MO on how his, interior decorating is. Respectfully, I just don't see him being the interior designer giving a rat's ass about a torn blanket on his trailer window. Sorry.
Garbage bin, and the garbage bin was closed.
Okay. Just a clarification for somebody in chat. Logan Ann McKenzie is Daniel's first cousin.
For that.
Is very close to the family and lives, relatively close by. She has been on our chat previously. Cheryl, Christina, it's the first time she's been on my chat, and I welcome her. And she was from what she says, she was there at the time of the search, and she is affiliated in some way or a friend.
Exactly. What's on the trailer window now? I bet you Daniel's probably hanging up something right now as we speak. He's tacking them right up.
Or something to Malaya. Is that correct, Cheryl?
Yes.
Okay.
I've watched your lives a few times. I just haven't said anything.
Okay, Cheryl. Yeah, somebody in chat was just asking, they said, who are these
Good
people?
question.
Can you please clarify for us? Now, Logan, I did
Yes.
have a question for you.
Sure, honey.
Did you watch Daniel's interview on CBC?
The new one?
Yeah.
Just parts of it. I watched the full part of the grandmothers. I didn't watch fully Daniel's yet.
Okay.
I was speaking with Daniel yesterday, though.
I think they are,
You what?
Charlotte.
I was speaking with Daniel
just do.
yesterday. He was at my house and he was telling me that he did that interview.
Why
So-
won't he come on my live, Logan?
Mohawk, who said Justin was open? Oh, they said good question. That's a good question. Why would you film you opening up the trash, your own trash that had been there a week? Right? You're filming your trash that Daniel, you said had been there a week. And you know what's in your trash. It's not like someone is going to be in your trash bag when you sealed that trash over a week ago. See, it's these little things to these cases that can literally break a case. You said this happened. Something's wrong. It's chipping away at discrediting them is what it is. And Daniel, you don't have an ounce of credit left in you.
Because he wants to stick with factual, the way he said it was.
And
Local news is, and he wants to stick with the more factual.
Right. I mean, first of all, why is your trash still there a week later?
I don't know. That's what he tried to tell me anyway.
The
I
mainstream.
asked him if he wanted to come on because, and he was lining up this interview here, so I'm not sure what's going on now.
Okay.
Oh,
But ask
that makes
again.
sense then.
Okay, I would like that. And let him know that I do
Thank you,
now
Rainbow, for
have,
that.
and it's all actually because of the situation that happened with your live. I do have a private, dedicated live room for subscribers only.
I
Which,
love that.
yeah, which gives a much greater control to the environment. No one outside can watch. It has to be paid subscribers only.
That's what he said about my interview too. He said mine got so spliced and diced.
Yeah. And if he would like to do that, I will send him a gift subscription. He doesn't have to pay for one, and I will give you one. And if you would both like to come in, I would love to have you both.
Awesome. I will get a hold of him
Okay.
and see what he says.
Okay, let me
Picking
just
up the
ask-
children.
You had mentioned in my live about
Listen to this.
his mother's dog in the RV barking.
Listen.
Just shortly after 9 on Friday the 2nd. And when we were talking about the dog, you had made stated that the dog is really triggered.
When Lily does that screaming.
Yeah, mainly
Listen.
by Lily screaming, and is triggered by the kids.
Yes, because what animal isn't triggered by animals to run when they run around screaming and yelling?
Triggered by kids, yeah. And I had asked you
The dog, which dog is it? First of all, that's what I want to know. What do we know about Lily that we've seen, heard with our own eyes and ears? Lily is a screamer. We saw the birthday video and we heard the bus driver. They're screamers. Right? And when Lily does her scream, she said it triggers the dog. Which dog? Which dog? I don't know, Angry. I don't know. They're on TikTok, so I guess they don't want people hearing. I don't know.
I had said to you, well, wouldn't the dog have barked if somebody had walked on the property?
I'm not 100% sure because
Precisely, that's
Listen.
exactly what I was getting at. I couldn't remember precisely your words, but you had said, yeah, I don't know, but you said, I do know that the dog is triggered by the sound of the children.
yeah.
Okay, and
So if Lily and Jack were taken, you don't think Lily would do her scream? Hello, knock, knock.
the only reason I raised this is that Daniel said in the CBC interview that he just recently did that, or the CBC had stated that the dog barks at everything.
I can never hear the dog when I get there.
She can't hear the dog when she gets there? What happened?
That I knew the dog, I'd never really paid attention to the dog. That I knew the dog, I'd never really paid attention to the dog because I'm not really of a dog person. So
Okay.
I would say hi to it, but like I'm not personally.
I'm sorry, but you don't have to be a dog person to know if they bark when you're on the property. You don't have to be a dog person. You don't have to be a garage person to hear your garage door open. Right? You don't have to be a bird person to hear the birds chirping. You don't have to be a kid person to know a kid is in distress and crying or screaming.
Going there listening to see if the dog's barking at me, like, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I get
If
it.
I'm not listening for it, and I'm not an animal person myself, so
Yeah. She misspoke, so please don't make any kind of nonsense crap about that. You had said
my grandmother.
No, you had said animals are triggered by animals, and
Right,
somebody
Sherry?
in chat said,
Right?
"Is she calling Lily an animal?"
Oh my God.
No,
I misspoke. I'm sorry.
yeah,
That will be my new meme.
yeah, it'll be all over the internet, Logan.
Can't be any worse than what everybody else is saying. It's fine.
How about stop worrying what people think of you and let's worry about Lily and Jack, the ones who can't fend for themselves.
I offered to spit in a cup the other day.
Oh no.
They asked
why? What happened?
Oh, because there's a group on Facebook with my Facebook profile saying, oh, do we even know if they're really related to Daniel and this, that, and the other thing?
Oh.
And all this stuff. And I said, would you like me to spit in a cup and send it to you?
Right.
I said, do you want my birth certificate? Do you what would you like? Because this ain't something to lie about.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, it took me about 2.5 weeks ago. And I mean, 2.5 weeks to verify who you were. And it is something that's really important to me to verify people because but I will say,
Okay, why is it buffering? Why are we buffering?
For me, I don't even go on the Facebook groups because they
Stop buffering. Okay, we are at 1852. Let's do it like this.
and which Friday
Facebook group was because somebody shared that my profile was shared all over
Well,
it.
it's smaller, but don't buffer.
Right. Well, you can ask Greensleeves, you can ask Cheryl whatever you like. So Greensleeves is asking you, Cheryl.
I think the family and friends are trying to protect their family members, especially Daniel's family. I think both sides of the family are trying to protect their loved ones and not protecting Lily and Jack. Guys, please hit the thumbs up button.
How Malaya is coping.
Like I said, I'm not really
Bingo,
going to
other than
touch on that
Belinda.
stuff right now.
Right.
I just
That's
want to
right.
respect her privacy. But I do want to touch on the dog situation. When
Listen to
we
this.
had got there around 1:30, quarter after 1,
They talk about
the
the
dog
dog.
was in the RV and it most certainly barked. It was right up in the window by like the steering wheel.
Dog was in the window barking right next to the steering wheel. Logan wanted to fight Malia's family. Well, she kind of talks about that. You know, Janie didn't want them in the RV. No, GSP, this is Cheryl talking about the dog. I think it's Cheryl.
You could hear the dog loud as day.
Okay.
I wasn't paying attention to no dog, so it's fine.
Okay.
Cheryl, will you please let Malaya know I am thinking about her though? Because I have
will.
tried to message her.
Yes,
and
I know. Yeah, I will. I'll
I'm
let her
not
know.
trying to be anything.
I will also say, Cheryl, that when, regardless of what you see online and spliced and diced, when Logan was here in the live, she gave Malaya an enormous amount of
It's
support.
crazy.
I watched
spoke-
live.
Spoke
Well, that's
very
Logan
highly
talking.
of her.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, I watched it.
So I just want that. I'm gonna go get my children, but have a good night. Have a good afternoon, guys.
And you too, Logan. Thank you so much for coming up.
Here, Logan.
All right, Logan's going to drop, and then Cheryl's going to talk.
So, Andy, the blanket, as I
Listen to
understand
this.
it, Andy's asking if the blanket was special to Lily. The blanket had actually been ripped and had been used to cover a window.
There you go.
Prior to it being put in the garbage.
Right. Daniel says he took it down and threw it in the trash about a week prior. How convenient. How much was it tour? How much was it tour? Huh?
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit. A bullshit.
Bullshit. In Daniel and Malaya's trailer. You know, because aesthetics, Daniel's taking home interior decorating now, apparently. And the torn blanket was not in high fashion for his trailer.
I also do have to run, Susan, but I want to thank you for letting me join and clearing a couple things up, although I'm not really able to say a whole lot right now, just given, the circumstances and the situation. And let's be honest, nobody really knows what happens.
That's very interesting. Daniel says there's 2 sweaters missing. Hopes they're not found with Lily and Jack. A boot print, 1 boot print, and a torn blanket in a tree. Okay.
So I don't want to blame anybody. I don't want to say something that's not true. I don't want to say something that may jeopardize anything. But I did want to
Then you should probably stop listening to Malaya.
touch on things that I knew or, heard.
And that's I appreciate you coming up. Absolutely. And I do extend the same offer to Malaya. I mean, I'm not sort of jumping on it because I highly doubt Malaya will speak to me. She hasn't spoken to anybody. But
I'm trying to think the last time I saw a piece of a child's blanket, flapping in the wind on a tree. I'm trying to think.
And the same thing to Malaya and yourself. If
Never.
you and her would like to come onto a sub-only private live.
Come on. Don't fail me now. $22.46.
And which
22.46.
mess on that Facebook group.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I will have nothing to do with the Facebook groups. You post anything anonymous, it just speaks volumes about who you are and what you are. But anyway, I really appreciate you coming up. And I thank you for your time. And I said, you can extend the same invitation.
No, Charlotte, I understand. Blankets covering a window, that's one thing. That happens. That's reasonable. A torn blanket in a tree. I've not seen that.
To Malaya, I'm more than happy to have her.
Yes. Our main concern right now is just finding Lily and Jack.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Personally, my personal opinion, and it's just a personal opinion based on all of the interviews, the police, the RCMP reports, their news releases, I don't see this as going into a cold case. I think that they pretty well got it wrapped up. But the thing about it is that they are going to, and we do know that it has become a criminal investigation. I think they have to solidify everything and make sure that if there are charges laid, that this is not going to slip through the cracks somehow. So Cheryl is affiliated in some way with Malaya in that she's a friend, but she was on the property.
Yeah, but I don't think the squirrel's going to snatch it's in a trash bag from a week prior, tied up. Where a shoe print is, where a boot print is.
As well, the day that the children went missing, what were you, Cheryl, helping with the search? Is that why you were there?
Yes.
Okay. So she knows Malaya and she was on the property. And I don't know Cheryl. This is the first time she's been on my live. I do know Logan and Mackenzie, and Logan was actually just here. She left, and Logan basically verified that Cheryl was in fact at that property the same day. And that, honestly, I will let you know, that's why I brought Logan up, and I'm so glad she came in, because for me, she verified that you are who
Exactly.
you say you are, and you don't actually live in Kansas and, you know,
Absolutely, Florida.
claiming craziness, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on.
Exactly. So I'm glad that Logan, obviously,
Let me just see if there's anything
Always
else
a
more they
good
say
mom.
here.
Looked after. She never yelled at them, never punished them in, any way. They were good kids, and she was good to them.
Yeah, you know who speaks very highly and expresses that is
Cody's mom.
yeah, that
And that is true. Everyone says that Malaya was a good mom until the common denominator, Daniel, steps in. Now, I find that very interesting. Relationships can change you. They can certainly break you, right? That is something very, very true. And I think that happened, in my opinion. I'll talk more about that in just a second here. 1 second.
that is an amazing interview to watch.
Yes, it is.
It made
girls on hold for a second.
you can put go ahead.
Okay, just because the comments are going too fast.
Okay.
Um,
But what she just spoke so eloquently about Malaya and all the great things she said about her, and the part about how kind. I loved how she talked about how Malaya talks to the children. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
That was so sweet. It really
He
was.
was always so soft spoken with them, to them, and towards them.
You could tell in her actual interview that she, the one interview she gave.
And remember, Daniel, people maybe have came in at different times as well. Daniel confirmed, Martell confirmed it was a piece of Lily's blanket. That's not a vague statement, right? It's direct. It's a claim of identification, especially when you're the stepfather of 2 missing children. Malaya confirmed it. It had to be Friday or Saturday morning, right? And not only that, Daniel doubles down about the blanket in the very beginning. There is more evidence than what the public knows, he says, but I can't elaborate on any of that. Right? He's essentially saying he's got the inside info. In fact, he has via text message said that he's got someone on the inside and it can't get out when that one text message or he'll lose his information from the inside, right? He's saying that he knows something that him and the RCP aren't sharing, right? But the RCMP came out and said that's not has anything to do with Lily and Jack's disappearance. You don't accidentally confirm a child's blanket, right? It's not misremembering a sock. It's a case defining, right? This is your 2 missing children's lives that are being looked for, potential evidence, right? I don't know. It's crazy. he confirms it and then he doesn't confirm it. No, I didn't see. What did Mohawk say? Where did he confirm that at? Where did he claim that at? What? Where did he confirm that at? Oh my God. And none of them were crying. Exactly, Christy. Exactly. Daniel is not helping. He's not helping at all. Someone's got that text. I would love to see it. Yeah, he's setting up his Netflix movie. Daniel. You are the biggest puss, Daniel. You will not even come up here and speak to anybody. You won't even answer questions for your missing stepchildren. You don't try to clear it up. You just keep adding, subtracting, adding, subtracting, lying. Oh, he's always watching Andy. Always. No, someone wants to call. Hold on. I'll turn my phone on in just a little bit. Unless it's Daniel. He can call right now, of course. Let's see here. Let me find something here. So please. No, I was keeping them home today because they were sick with a cold and they got outside the back door and can't hear. Daniel, do you remember this? Let me find it. Hold on. Oh, thank you, Mohawk. Hold on. Show the text where he was shushing them to stay. There you go. Here we go, guys. Daniel. You are something else, sir. I'm going to show y'all this. Look at this. Damn, Daniel. There's 2 blankets. He's scared. He's scared to talk to me. He's scared. He's not a man. He's not a man. Are you, Daniel? There's 2 blankets, he says. Now there's 2 blankets. Now there's 2 blankets. I'm not going to be mean to him. I would never be. I'm not going to be mean to him. But oh, I've got a bunch. We've got a lot to talk about. Let me just give me 1 second there. I just want to. This woman I don't know who she is, but she's got me on her TV, and I just want to tell her I love her and I'm her biggest fan because she was pissed.
And her fucking kids are missing, and I'm stuck in my apartment, and this fucking slut is at a fucking beach. Are you kidding me? She gets to go to a beach and hang out, and I'm stuck at the fuck home, and that slut has fucking friends. She doesn't even know where her fucking kids are, but she's at the fucking beach. Way to fucking go, people.
I'm one of the campers from Camp Lahana, one of the camps that flooded.
This.
There you go.
And I had a first-hand view.
So, I just wanted to say, I've had those days too, ma'am. I understand. I love her. She's my hero. Yes. I feel you. I feel you. Except I do it live. I'm like, you're at the fucking beach the other day. I was livid. Her posing on the beach. Not that she can't go places. Is that no? It kind of sounds like Pamela Tate, though, doesn't it? But it's not. But just like I think Sandwich says, that's my spirit animal. She's my spirit animal. That's for sure. Yeah. Okay. This was interesting. I have a few things before we get into our next segment. I want to show you just this was interesting. So someone had posted the pictures of the property before and after. Here's the images from Google Earth from 2022 to 2024. This is 2022. You can see it right there. Right? This is 2022. Sorry. And this is 2024. Right? Now, we don't have 2025, but you can tell this was in May of 2024. It had apparently went downhill quite a bit. Right? It had went downhill quite a bit and went downhill a lot afterwards. Right? Like 2022, you just see like the regular driveway and all that, and then and then there's just all kinds of stuff out here in May of 2024. Just all kinds of stuff. You can tell the driveways just not near as neat as it used to be and all that. Yes. Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you, babies. Appreciate you very, very much, my love. Thank you, babies. Really do appreciate you, my darling. Justin, you have the overhead shot with the junk behind it. I don't know what you mean by that. I mean, I have the drone footage, if that's what you mean. The drone footage. Now, Daniel says in one of these right here. Let me see here. 2 seconds, y'all. Um, I really like this outlet here. City News Everywhere, Halifax. Daniel says this is May 6th. They went missing. So this was 4 days after. 4 days. Just remember this. Daniel Martell, the children's stepfather, told City News that Lily and Jack possibly have autism, something they were supposed to be tested with later this month. Daniel says, now I just want to show you what an oxymoron he is. The first 2 days, I ran through the woods screaming and yelling, Lily and Jack, until my throat hurt, he said. But this search is so far out, I don't know where I could start. You didn't know where to search, and you didn't know where to start. Nobody knows where to start whenever your kids are missing. Number one. Number two, you just said, I've searched and searched, and now it's so far out, I just don't know where to search anymore. Martell says the search area expanded to 4 kilometers wide. He has lived in the community for over 2 decades and says the terrain has a lot of streams, rivers, and elevation changes. There we go again. Streams, rivers, up to my waist in water, on dirt roads, culverts, all of that again. Remember, 4 days after. This is Daniel. Quote, listen to this. This is the stepfather after 4 days. Quote, with the amount of money that they spend and all the capabilities they have with helicopters to drones and people on the ground, they still have nothing, end quote, Martell said. He's talking about, money that they're spending. Money that they're spending. Right? Now, according to him, the lead commander on the case tried to show him a water bottle, a blanket, and 2 sweaters on May 5th, but they were not Lily and Jack's, Martell said. What is he talking about, 2 sweaters? According to him, can someone enlighten me? That's what I think too. According to him, the lead commander on the case tried to show him a bottle of water, a blanket, and 2 sweaters, but they were not Lily and Jack Martell's, he said. Yes. What are you talking about, Daniel? There's something about those 2 freaking sweaters, y'all. I'm telling you. Well, Daniel said that Malaya, or he said he's missing 2 sweaters, and he hopes he's not being set up, that that they're not found with Jack and Lily. But here, 4 days afterwards, he says, According to him, Martell, the lead commander on the case tried to show him a water bottle, a blanket, and 2 sweaters on May 5th, but they were not Lily's and Jack's. He said Malaya told his 2 sweaters to set him up. Yes. Of which one? Were they kid sweaters? Well, kids don't have, they're not going to like put on sweaters and everything. A 4 and a 6-year-old, you know, at that time of the children's stepfather said he wants the public to keep an eye out for any discarded items in the area. Oh, really? Like, you know, a torn blanket in the tree. What else? A staged footprint, perhaps, Daniel, including a pull-up diaper that Jack is likely to have taken off by now. Lily could have dropped the backpack she was carrying, and Jack's boots might slip off. Meanwhile, the children's maternal grandmother said she too is holding out hope that they will be found. We are just hoping and praying for the best. That's it for our babies to come home, Cindy Murray said at a brief interview phone call. Now, Murray's daughter is the children's mother, Malaya Brooks Murray. The lost pair aren't the outdoorsy type, wanting to come back as soon as their boots or clothes got wet or dirty. So this is highly unusual, Martell said. Typically, they play in the fence in the backyard of the family's home. There are boot prints about 10 feet from the home and then, quote, nothing. Martell believes the children could have been abducted, but police say there's no evidence to suggest that they were taken. Martell says, quote, I have no idea why anyone would want to take them, but they're easy to take. If they would have wandered by the road, they would get in any car as long as you offered them food or water or any candy or anything like that, or even to see mom and dad, they would get immediately in. Isn't that interesting? Don't know, Sherry, but I found it very interesting. I think they're Daniel sweaters too. But, you know, saying they would get in with anybody. Do you know, first of all, it's so rare to be abducted by a stranger. It is so, so, so rare. For Lily and Jack to get out of the fence for the first time and go out to the road for the first time by themselves and get abducted on a very, very country road. It didn't happen, folks, in my opinion, and in the RCMP's opinion, right? He says, Martell is focused on assisting where he can while praying the children's safe return. I just want to bring them home safe. I just want to see them again, he said. Okay. Make sure you didn't see anything else that I wanted to show you in that one. Okay. So there's that one. Now, I want to show you this one. This one's very interesting. I dug, and I think I read every article that there possibly was on Jack and Lilly last night. Went through them word by word and looked at them in different ways. This one was posted May 30th, updated May 30th. Okay. Let's see here. Where does Daniel talk here? Give me 2 seconds, y'all. Got to find which one it was. Daniel Robert Martell, who was described as the children's stepfather, told the Canadian press on May 7th that he voluntarily took part in a 4-hour interview with major crime investigators the day before. He also said he had handed over his cell phone to police. In an earlier interview on May 5th, he said the children's mother, Malaya Brooks Murray, had been together more than 2 years. He said they moved to Lansdowne Station about 2 years ago, and he confirmed that the couple had a 16-month-old infant named Meadow. Martell has said the three of them were in the bedroom of the family's home on the morning of May 2nd when he saw Lily and Jack. He said Lily was wearing a pink top when she had poked her head in the doorway in the bedroom. Minutes later, he said he heard the sliding door that leads to the backyard open. Do you hear that? He said he heard the sliding glass door open. Look at it. Right there. Minutes later, he said he heard the sliding door that leads to the backyard open and close. Open and close. Martell said within a few minutes, he set out to find the children, driving his vehicle on back roads and looking in culverts along the way. He said Malaya left the home the day after the search began, ending communication with him. right? Now, let me show you this. Bear with me 2 seconds. I got to find it. Martell said, Martell can. I just want to show you about that blanket that Martell confirmed it was a piece of Lily's blanket as well. RCMP refused to answer the question about the blanket. However, the force did confirm the boot print was believed to be a child size. Now, guys, tell me this. Why do y'all think that the RCMP is refusing to talk about that blanket? Why? I'll tell you why. Because they're not wanting to say so much to the public that, oh yeah, the blanket was in a trash bag planted. Yeah, that's just a better way to say it. Mohawk. Yeah, that it was planted. Bingo. And let me show you this. It's right here.
I know the truth.
It's right here at the beginning. They even say it here.
I didn't kill Lily and Jack.
It's been 6 weeks now since you've seen Lily and Jack. I just want to ask,
Hold on.
how are you holding up?
It's been a long 6 weeks. The anger and the humor.
You up on that?
Yes, it did.
And how did that unfold? Do that test.
Comfy chair. First question they asked. Stress level from my family where.
Okay, this isn't the one. Look at little Lily and Jack. Bless their hearts. You know, I can see in this photo, I can see Belinda in Lily. Like you can, to me, Belinda, or Lily favors Belinda a little bit in that photo. So there was that one, but let's see here. I'm trying to find a very specific, might be this one, of what they say about this blanket.
We're looking for all the evidence of them.
Okay, this is not this one. I'll find it in a second. Also, check this out. I've got so much stuff to show y'all. It's crazy. All right, let me play this while I pull something up for you guys. Jack looks like, you think so? A lot of people say that. Guys, do me a favor. Please hit that thumbs up button. If you do, you get 10 years of good luck.
When I got there, I said, do you want me to stay with the baby? You can go look. She goes, I'm going to stay with the baby. Okay, so whatever. So I went looking. So that was the next thing, was when the baby was, when she was told that the baby had to leave the residence. She's exactly told she did not have to leave the residence. They just wanted the baby off the residence, from away from the residence. That's like, this whole scenario isn't something a kid should be a part of. So the baby was going to come to my house. So she's never been apart from the baby. Never. Like, she's Meadow. So I said, you're more than welcome to come too. If not, I am comfortable. I have 3 kids of my own. Like Malaya, I can take care of this kid. Like I can take care of the baby, no problem. So first the baby, it was just going to be the baby. And then she decided she was going to come with me. So, but then something changed and we were at the briefing. Her mother said something to her. And then I had to take everything out of my car and put it in her mother's car. And like I said, she had this whole plan, like she was going to drive her car into my house.
Mm-hmm.
And she was going to, and then the plan changed. Oh, I'm going to take the car to my mother's. Like I'm going with my mother. Well, she didn't even come back for the car. Like the search and rescue had her car towed to wherever she was because they left the car. That's how much of a hurry that was to leave. Malaya stayed at they stayed at the residence Friday night.
And just out of curiosity, because I think you said something and I wasn't quite sure I understood. When did Malaya's mother arrive at the house?
So she arrived Friday. She was there before I got there on Friday when they went missing. I'm not sure the exact time. We all tried to figure that out. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did Malaya's mother stay overnight there?
I am unsure, but she was there in the morning when I got back, when I came back. So she could have stayed the night. I am, like I said, I am unsure because I didn't stay at the residence that night. I went home. Malaya's relationship with her mother was never great. She didn't want to live with her mother. So Daniel's poison is, from what I understand, poison. Like he always said, and he said this in his interviews over and over again, is every time Malaya got ahead in life, her mother pulled her back. So we'll just go with that.
I just find it strange how the grandmother would convince her daughter to leave
the residence
instead of staying with her to look for these babies.
That woman has never shed a tear the whole time she was. When I got there, I said, do you want me to stay with the baby? You can go look.
Okay. Side note, did they find this other young girl in Nova Scotia? 14-year-old girl in Pictou County? Did they find her? Logan, your cousin. I agree, Charlotte. RCMP seek, this is from the, well, I've got RCMP website up here somewhere. June 29, 2025, police are asking for the public's help for 14-year-old Willow McKenzie, who was last seen Friday in Plymouth. Authorities report that McKenzie was last spotted around 5 p.m. near the Irving gas station in the community. She has not been seen or heard from since. She's described as 5'4" with dark brown hair, which may have been dyed red, and brown eyes. McKenzie. Willow McKenzie, MacKenzie. She looks really different in other photos as well. So I need to look a little bit more on that. RCMP have not ruled out the case as suspicious. They confirmed the major crime unit has been involved since the day after the disappearance, but have been guarded about details of the investigation. Very, very interesting. Driving distance, direct route. This is where the cameras and all that they were looking at the day after the investigation. imagine that? Mackenzie is Logan's last name? What the hell? Really?
Father of the two missing Sullivan siblings in Pictou County says the only concrete clue found so far is a boot print.
You hear that? The father, meaning Daniel, says the only concrete thing they have found so far is a boot print
Found on the edge of their property.
found on the edge of their property.
Hardly any evidence at all since the first day. It's mind-boggling that nothing else was found.
Nothing else was found. Why didn't you not mention that little blanket, Daniel?
Today marks day 6 in the search for 6-year-old Lily and 4-year-old Jack. The children are thought to have wandered away from their home in Lansdowne Station on Friday morning. Daniel Martell believes they were only gone for about 20 minutes before he and their mother noticed they were missing. The RCMP say numerous investigative teams are involved and first responders widened their search on Tuesday.
Isn't that interesting? Kind of interesting, if you ask me. Now, Daniel wanted to put it out there that they found boot prints
on the ground with drones and helicopters in the air. Still, after 5 days, there is no sign of Lily and Jack Sullivan. The search area for the siblings has been expanded.
I don't think
CTV's
he's ever
Hafsa
got off
Arif
track,
is there
Tom.
again tonight.
Listen
As
to this.
RCMP combed through woods and fields searching for 6-year-old Lily and 4-year-old Jack Sullivan, their stepfather Daniel Martell spends every evening conducting his own search.
As soon as I seen they were missing, I jumped right in the vehicle and I did every dirt road and searched every culvert.
The children are thought
Right. These are the, see these ribbons? That's what
to
they
have
use.
wandered
They don't use children's blankets.
away from their home in
Daniel.
Lansdowne Station on Friday morning. Martell believes they were only gone for about 20 minutes before he and their mother noticed they were missing.
The very first day I wasn't around very much because I was just searching. I was running through the woods.
He wasn't around much the first day.
Screaming their name till my throat hurt.
Martell says the only
Sure wasn't a math?
concrete clue so far is a boot print found near the backyard of the property. RCMP
There we go again. There we go again. The only concrete proof is a boot print. He was pushing that boot. And the blanket.
haven't shared any additional evidence.
The officers and searchers on
Listen.
site are following up on anything that comes up that provides direction, provides specifics, and provides something that can be used to narrow the search.
Martell and the children's mother have been in a relationship for 3 years now. Malaya Brooks Murray told CTV News she's still holding out hope Jack and Lily will be found. She is now staying with family outside the county, and Martell says she hasn't spoken to him since. Hundreds of people have been searching for 5 days now. Martell is worried the children have been abducted.
Yeah. Abducted. Concrete, water, evidence. Yeah. Yeah. But he's afraid they've been
Hardly any
abducted.
evidence at all since the first day. It's mind-boggling that nothing else was found.
The RCMP would not confirm if major crime is investigating.
There's a variety of teams who are applying their skills and expertise in order to assist in the search. I can't comment on what any of the specific teams are beyond what's involved in the search on the ground here.
Every day the children aren't found is taking a toll on Martell.
Just waiting and waiting for him to come home.
Todd, the media has been kept away from the command center today. RCMP and the search team had to move after being asked to leave a private property they were on. RCMP says this doesn't impact their operations.
Okay. There we go again. There we go again. All right. Now, this is where he says, okay, I'll show you guys. Okay, let me show you this one, and then we'll get on with the just mind-boggling. Did Ellie cast the boot print? I hope.
Halifax.
Hold on.
For 7 weeks, Lily and Jack
I had
Sullivan's
not seen
family
this
has been
one.
wondering where they are, still questioning why an Amber Alert wasn't issued by police in early May.
They're just hinging everything onto because nobody's seen them being put into a car or
I've seen
who grabbed them.
the
And it's
interview,
like,
but I hadn't
these
seen
are
this
vulnerable
segment.
kids.
Lily and Jack were reported missing from this rural Pictou County home on May 2nd. Family members say the 4 and 6.
They're probably walking home from the bus here. That's what I think. And look, is that the pink strawberry backpack?
Year-old both have potential autism, making them particularly vulnerable.
Thank you, Vic.
Their mother has publicly called for an Amber Alert. So has their stepfather.
They shot down the idea of putting out an Amber Alert and having officers at New Brunswick and PEI borders and at the airports.
See, we had never heard him say that in any of the interviews. They shot that down, Daniel said, which is exactly what Edgar said too. In a different case. And he says, what's wrong with taking some officers and sending them to the airports? Listen.
Their mother has publicly called for an Amber Alert. So has their stepfather.
They shot down the idea of putting out an Amber Alert and having officers at New Brunswick and PEI borders and
I was wondering that too, Sherry. Why did the news say one boot print was found in the backyard, but Daniel says it was at the edge of the driveway? I do remember that. I certainly do. I was wondering the same thing. He sure did say it. Is he footing the bill? Right.
at the airports. Spare some officers. This is 2 missing children.
Spare some officers. This is 2 missing children. Then why are you keep saying different stories, Daniel? Why? You mean where is mom put new dirt in potholes? Y'all need to release the entire interview, the edits and everything.
Amber Alerts are a public notification system used in Canada and the US to help find abducted children believed to be in imminent danger. There were 8 Amber Alerts issued last year across the country, according to RCMP, but they have very specific sets of criteria.
When you send an Amber Alert, you want to direct the public to look for a specific vehicle, to look for that license plate, to look for that suspicious person, to have a photo of someone or more information to suggest that there was an abduction.
Tremblay says those details weren't available. 2 missing vulnerable person alerts were sent out instead.
To be clear, we don't have evidence to suggest that an abduction took place at this time.
But still, family members believe the kids aren't in the woods around the home, that searchers have scoured 3 times.
In my eyes, they're definitely not in the woods. I crossed that out long ago. They're not in that woods.
RCMP say many different options are still being looked at. They continue to receive tips and conduct interviews, and they're still looking for video footage from the area. And family members are still hoping for closure. Nicola Sagan, CBC News, Halifax.
I thought y'all might be interested in that little clip there because we had never heard Daniel say that at all, which I found a little bit interesting. Okay, this is the part I wanted to show you guys earlier. Remember, whenever they won't, the RCMP will not mention the blankets. They won't mention the blankets. And now, in my opinion, we know why. Listen to this.
Radio chatter, search crews and first
Making
responders
sense.
mobilizing in a quest no one dreamed would take this long.
Make sure mom stays close to the house there
Thank
in
you,
case they
Sandy.
happen to
Yes,
sneak out and get back into the house.
darling.
A home deep in rural Nova Scotia, 140 kilometers northeast of Halifax, the last known location.
Listen to this.
A lot of area to cover. We're out in sticks here.
Not one, but two missing children. A dog that barks at everything, a mother who left on the second day,
A dog that barks at everything.
father who hasn't seen the kids in 3 years, and a stepfather trying to piece things together.
It's been a long 6 weeks. I know that everybody basically in the world at this point is always wanting to know like what happened.
The mystery of what happened to 6-year-old Lily Mae Sullivan and her 4-year-old brother, Jack William James Sullivan,
Right up
is
here.
indeed gripping the country and beyond. With their baby. Lily and Jack are in the kitchen alone.
Malaya and baby were asleep.
Listen.
Lily came in multiple times. I was not in deep sleep by any means. And then about 20 minutes passed. And then when I woke up, Malaya was right beside me. She was still asleep. And I said,
Now remember, Daniel was throwing Malaya under the bus. This has not been out long at all. He was throwing Malaya under the bus and saying he'll see her in prison, yada, yada, yada. But in this interview, he's still saying him and Malaya are laying beside each other and still keeping his story. Except he says he was the one not sleeping, and Malaya said he was the one sleeping, and she was the one going in and out. So if I were the RCMP, I would be dragging their asses in and saying, why are you texting all these people this stuff, but you're still saying, you know, this story, but you're saying, no, it really didn't happen.
I don't hear Lily and Jack.
The time, no one will say for sure.
I wonder why. You won't say for sure now.
But police say it was around 10 a.m. when they got a 911 call.
10:06 or 10:08.
Ran up in the woods to the kids. They have cabins up in the woods, which only took me like 30 seconds. I came right back down. She was on the phone with the RCMP.
I don't believe you. You say that.
For 6 days, crews tackled an exhaustive search. The children's mother took the baby to be with
Listen.
her family in another part of the province. Her mother told CBC News the RCMP told them not to speak with news reporters. The RCMP says it just advised everyone to be mindful of the information they share publicly. On May 7th, police scaled back the search.
Listen.
The probability of survival is taken into consideration.
But search crews returned for 2 more weekends until the end of May, searching wells, mine shafts,
You're going to hear
and
about the
septic
blanket in a
systems,
second.
even flying a drone beneath the home.
The 4-year-old is wearing some blue dinosaur boots.
Police say they found a boot print. And listen to this in the radio chatter.
Families brought us to a location there, not far away, that there's a piece of a blanket.
Police won't say anything about a blanket, but
Oh, there we go. That's what we were talking about just a little bit ago. We were listening to the individuals who said they saw the blanket, and the RCMP won't mention anything about a blanket because why? Wonder why. Daniel says he took it off the window and put it in a garbage bag, tied it up, and it had been out for a week. And then when they told him about this, Justin, I guess, videotaped Daniel tearing a hole or opening up the bag and getting the rest of the blanket. I don't think the RCMP will mention it because they believe, in my opinion, that this was planted. Oh, I don't think a bear got in it, Kimbo. Couldn't have, because they had to untie it, the blanket. And it was just a little piece of a blanket in the tree. In my opinion, I think it was planted whenever Daniel said he went to check if Lily and Jack were at, behind their house. I would like your opinion about the 4-wheeler guy and the 2 sweaters and Jack and Lily may have been driven into the water. I've not even heard that. I've never heard that. I mean, I know about 2 sweaters and a 4-wheeler, but I've never heard anybody. It's strange to record that, but not other things. Exactly.
Martell says a piece of Lily's blanket was found near the boot print.
Oh. Martell says a piece of Lily's blanket was found near the boot print.
He says both children may have undiagnosed Police won't say anything about a
Piece of a blanket.
Police won't say anything about a blanket, but Martell says a piece of Lily's blanket was found near the boot print. He says both children may have undiagnosed autism.
For a lot of people, this story just sounds odd. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Well, good. I'm glad we know that you know that we think your story sounds odd, Daniel.
I do. And I see it every day online.
He's keenly aware the public suspects him, says the police did too at the start.
Of course.
The stepfather was always a prime suspect right off the beginning.
So he offered to take a polygraph test.
I was extremely nervous, especially with the first question they asked you, did you kill Lily and Jack?
That was the first question they asked you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
When did you find out the result of your test?
Immediately right after.
Damn, I bet you I
What did
deleted
they say to
that.
you?
You did a good job, you passed.
Hi, Kayla. How you doing?
The RCMP's Corporal Guillaume Tremblay is not an investigating officer, but he speaks for the force in Nova Scotia.
You know, it's quite rare that in my career, I've never seen two missing children go at the same time.
Was anything found in any of
I
these
caught
searches that was deemed to be
Daniel.
of significance? Even if you can't tell me what it was, anything of significance?
So I can tell you.
I found something. Damn it, I can't remember where it was. But Daniel, you know how Daniel said they only ask about him with the death of Lily and Jack. He says something else in another interview. I don't know where it's at, what I did with it right now. I'll try to find that tomorrow and let y'all know. But he's very, very clearly something is very much up right here. Very much up. Let me make sure, because he talks about the RCMP issued a statement Friday afternoon saying the search Saturday will be at Gerlach Road, where the previous children had lived, and along a nearby quote pipeline trail where a boot print had been found. I'm still not clear on when they went to the dumpster to call the RCMP again. What do you mean, Sammy, honey? Dumpster? I don't know anything about dumpster. Okay. 2 seconds. I found this interesting. Daniel just talks and talks and talks. Maybe it was this one. Martell said he was in the bedroom with his partner and their baby when he last saw Jack and Lily on the morning. He recalled that Lily was wearing a pink top and she had poked her head in the bedroom prior to departing. Minutes later, he heard the slight. Look here. I know a lot of y'all thought, look at this. The St. Albert Gazette also says this. Prior to departing, minutes later, he heard the sliding glass door that leads onto the backyard open and close. Martell has estimated within a quote, a few minutes, end quote, he set out to find the children, driving his vehicle on back roads, looking at culverts without success. That he heard. That's the second source that says, quoting him with the interview. He heard the door. Wasn't it said MB stayed on her phone constantly somewhere by the, yeah, through it text messages. The silent door again he heard. Yes. Yes. A lot of times, I don't think a 4 and a 6-year-old's going to close the door. I don't see it. I don't see it at all. The RCMP, by the way, guys, it doesn't, I'll show you guys in a second, but let's see here. We're exploring all avenues. Okay. So that girl Mackenzie in Nova Scotia that's missing. This is from rcmp.ca. Missing youth help the RCMP find Willow Mackenzie. June 29, 2025, Plymouth, Nova Scotia. And this is her. Well, Sherry, that's what we all thought too. They said it was virtually quiet, but then they told there's 2 different sources that have it, that he said that he heard them. Yep. Belinda said Malaya made a point to show her how silent the door was. Yep. Belinda said relatively quiet. Guys, if anyone knows anything about this, let me know. Pictou County. She was last seen. She's 5'4", 130 pounds. She has brown hair, possibly dyed red, and brown eyes. So you can call the RCMP or Crime Stoppers as well. There's something about this blanket and this shoe print, and they don't want to talk about it. Oh, hold on, here it is. I think I found it. Nope, that wasn't it. He talks about it. Let me see here. He said something about a polygraph. The questions they asked him. He said in one of them, he spoke about it was just about the death. And then he said in another interview, did I have any involvement in Jack or Lily's, whatsoever? Not just death. They wanted to know if I had any involvement. Well, that's not just talking about death.
Swarming with search and rescue personnel as RCMP resumed their ground search for 6-year-old Lily and 4-year-old Jack Sullivan, who first went missing 3 weeks ago in Lansdowne Station. Now, this has been a story that has dominated headlines across the country and beyond as people speculate and wonder about what could have happened to these 2 missing children. Now, just because the road is deserted doesn't mean RCMP are finished with their investigation. In fact, they just put out a statement Wednesday calling on the public for more footage.
Investigators are now asking anyone who has dash cam footage or video along Garlick Road between noon on April 28th and noon on May 2nd to contact Northeast Nova RCMP Major Crime Unit.
They add RCMP are committed to exploring all possibilities in the case and have formally interviewed more than 50 people, with more interviews planned in the coming days. The children's stepfather, Daniel Martell, says he has been interviewed extensively since Lily and Jack were first reported missing. You mentioned last time we chatted that you'd offered to do a polygraph test.
That is correct.
Has that already happened?
That has happened.
Right. And did you get results from that yet?
I do have results, and I don't know if I can share those results, but they were good in my favor, we'll say that.
Martell says he is glad the police have put out the additional call for footage and is again asking anyone with information to come forward.
Okay. I'm getting a lot of these cleared up now. All right, it's our strong desire to see the children's future, blah, blah, blah. Here we go. What are the results, Daniel? Here's where Daniel says, this was May 4th as well. He said the last time he saw the children, he and the mother were in the bedroom with their baby on Friday morning. He said Lily came into the bedroom, not poked her head, but came into, that's the difference, several times, and he could hear Jack in the kitchen. The children must have opened the sliding glass door, which is almost silent, and left, he said. Quote, when we noticed that the children were gone, I immediately jumped into the vehicle, surveyed all the areas, as many dirt roads, as many culverts as I could, and waited for the police to get there. In the other interviews, he says the RCMP was, or the police were already there. Jack was wearing a pull-up white backpack with, and Lily was wearing a white backpack with strawberries on it, which should be highly visible. Martell said he wishes the response of the authorities had been a lot faster and a lot more resources had been available. He is hoping that the members of the public can help with the investigation. If anybody out there has anything, come forward. Okay. They're very specialized people. There's no cellular service, which adds to the issue and the safety issues that we have. The searchers and everybody is pulling for the same goal, that they want these two kids found as fast as possible. He said the members of the public can help with search efforts by checking sheds, culverts, ditches on their property. Culverts, again. I think every culvert needs to be checked. Every stinking culvert needs to be checked, in my opinion. Okay. We get up and we look outside. We're looking everywhere, yelling for them, and I instantly just called 911. Ugh. Give me a second. I don't know. It's a mess. It's a damn mess. There's so much. Okay, someone sent me something. Hold on. Uh-oh, guys. We got some breaking news coming in. Let me get it pulled up here. Breaking news. All righty then. Couple things. Decker manhunt is being focused on Idaho Sawtooth Nation Forest. Brian Inton just moments ago said the U.S. Marshals say Travis Decker may have been spotted in Idaho on July 5th, 2 days ago. They got a tip from a family in the Bear Creek area of the Sawtooth National Forest that matches the description of Decker. Decker is accused of killing his daughters on May 30th. Marshals say that the person believed to be Decker was wearing a black mesh cap, black gauge earrings, cream t-shirt, black shorts, long ponytail, black Garmin style watch, overgrown beard and mustache, black Jan Sport backpack, and either Converse or Vans low tops.
Just
Let's
into our
see.
newsroom, the U.S. Marshal Service is following up on a lead that Travis Decker, the father accused of killing his 3 daughters in Washington, may be in the Sawtooth National Forest. The Marshal Service received a tip from the family in the Bear Creek area of the Sawtooths, matching the description of Travis Decker. Now officials are asking anyone who is in the Sawtooth National Forest in the last 24 hours if they have seen Travis Decker. The person believed to be Decker was described by the family as being 5'8" or 5'10", wearing a black hat, black earrings, cream-colored t-shirt.
Oh, yeah, he's got gauge earrings. He certainly does. He's got his ears pierced.
Black shorts with a long ponytail. They say he had an overgrown beard and mustache and was wearing a black JanSport backpack in either Converse or Vans.
I don't know.
If you believe you've seen Decker, you are encouraged to contact the U.S. Marshals Service tip line at 1-800-336-0102, or you can visit www.usmarshals.gov/tips. Marshals say they are offering a $20,000 reward for information leading to his arrest.
Florida's Caleb Banks is an immovable object and monster in the middle.
Interesting. He does have gauge earrings. Yeah, he got them pierced after he has gauge earrings. He sure does. Yep. It's not that far. Where's he getting his money? Probably stealing. It's probably what he's doing. All right, guys. Thank you all so very much. I really do appreciate you. Y'all are amazing. Amazing. And do what you know. He is in Idaho. What do you need, Vic? My email? Here you go. He's a monster. Thank you, Rainbow. Daniel, tell the truth. Malaya, tell the truth. Pearl, wake up. Another great live. Thank you, Tina. Pearl wants to say hi. She's just waking up. She's tired. You're welcome. We got a lot of videos to make. She's the straw bandit. What is Malaya's sister's? Haley's, I don't know. I probably do know, but I can't say over here. I can't say. All right, guys. Love you all. Not to miss anything. That's okay. All right, guys. SL, you can click on the name if the person is connected to the Pokemon channel. Is Daniel in here? He lives with his mom because he is waiting trial. Love you guys too. Pretty girl. Pretty girl. Pretty girl. Ow. Poking my eyeball out. Let me scratch your back. I don't know. All right, guys. Good night, everyone. She's 10 months. 10 months. Good night, everyone. God bless. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Get some rest.